Hello there, this is Mateo from the San Diego Guitar Gym, and today I'm going to talk to you something really cool called lightning rounds. Alright, and this is for guitar players who want to improve their phrasing skills, being able to create more interesting riffs when you're soloing, being able to improvise better, being able to become more musically creative. And it's actually very, very easy to do, especially if you have a little bit of experience playing guitar, playing lead guitar solos and things like that. But you want to be able to expand your abilities to do this rapidly and very effectively. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about, the lightning rounds. What are they? Basically, you're going to be using multiple techniques to switch around between, the first technique, the second technique, the third technique. Usually what happens is you just kind of solo and you don't really know what you're doing, and it starts to sound sort of similar a lot and don't really get very good ideas. So you want to have sort of an outline of what you're going to be doing during the couple of minutes or so that you're doing this lightning round, okay? So here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to make a list of various techniques that you can play on guitar. Now, I don't have very much room here, so I'm only going to put about 4 or 5 or something like that. But here's some examples. So the first type of technique you might want to practice is legato, all right, which is the same thing as hammer-ons and pull-offs, okay? Legato, hammer-ons and pull-offs, that kind of thing. If you don't know what these things are, obviously you probably want to research them a little bit, learn how to do some lead guitar techniques. The other thing you want to work on is vibrato. That's where you sort of wiggle the string around and it sounds like wham, 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 right? So that's a good thing to add in there. We're going to make another couple things. We're going to play slides, bends, tremolo picking, and so on. So we're going to make a list of about, as many different techniques as you can think of, as many different things that you know. I've got a lot of different ideas here. I'll keep on going here. Some double stops. How about, what about something like pinch harmonics? Tapping. These type of more advanced techniques. And yep, just want to make a big list like that. I have various other things, dynamical stuff, being able to play a little bit quieter, a little bit louder on the high frets, the low frets. So you want to make a list of all the different ways possible that you can do this with. And then what you're going to want to do, okay, is you choose, you can either do this with a backing track, just a regular backing track, and every like 30 seconds or something, or 10 seconds or so, you're going to switch between all these different skills, okay? So you have it on paper, and you just start to switch between them. You just look, you start to do something, you switch, all right? Now, a more effective strategy, I believe, is having a pre-recorded chord progression in the background. It's going to go something like this. Like, let's say you're going to play, A minor to C major, to D minor, to E minor. Just something really simple like that, alright? Now you want to listen with your ears. As the chords change, you're going to switch techniques, okay? So this chord might be playing for about, 10 seconds or so, and over that you're going to play legato. And then as this chord plays for about 10 seconds, you're going to listen. As soon as that happens, you're going to start vibratoing a lot. As soon as the D minor chord comes, you're going to start tremolo picking. As soon as the E minor chord comes, you're going to listen for that, and you're going to start to do pinch harmonics. Okay? So this, especially if you line it all up, you have all these different techniques that you already know. This is going to massively improve your ability to change techniques and integrate all of your skills together. Okay? Now, that's freaking awesome, right? It's probably one of the better, but it's actually really challenging to do this. So, again, there's different levels of this. So one example, let's go ahead and just kind of explain the different types of things. So, you can, change techniques as the chord changes. All right, so that's really good if you know already the backing track very well. You know what chords are coming. You can hear the chord changes very clearly. But if you don't have this, you can use just a regular old backing track. You can find this on YouTube, and you just play, each technique for about, 10 to 15 seconds, or 30 seconds, or maybe even 60 seconds if you really need more time to sort of get into each technique. So you can, if you're really good, 10 seconds. If you're not so good, 15. If you're getting worse, 30, 60 seconds if you're still kind of a beginner at soloing. Okay, and then you just switch techniques. You can either go through an entire list of all these techniques, or you can just switch between 4, and I would probably recommend to switch between just 4 for each time you practice. Just choose 4 and switch between them during the 5 minutes that the backing track is running. Okay, so just choose 4, the whole backing track, and just switch between them every 30 seconds or so. This is a really powerful technique, really powerful strategy. And again, of course, I got one more, is instead of trying to do like a whole segment of one single technique, you can choose 3 or maybe even 2 or 4 techniques depending on how good you are, and you're going to combine them all in a single phrase. Okay, so 4 techniques in a single phrase. This is another sort of version of this lightning round stuff. Okay, so you go from a double stop to a bend to a vibrato to a tremolo, all in one single go. Okay, and you just do that a few times with the same 4 techniques. Maybe you sort of mix them around and just try to go from one to the next to the next to the next in different orders and stuff like that. Okay, this is how you want to practice your phrasing skills with this one technique called lightning rounds. Okay, very powerful technique. And again, the difficulty, obviously, if you're not so good, that's why sometimes you can go for 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds. The difficulty level, you should be able to do this at any kind of skill level. Doesn't really matter. I do this for my beginning students, and I do this for my advanced students, and all I do is I let them take longer time on one technique before I have them switch to the next one. Okay? That's all you do. If you're advanced, this one here. If you're medium, maybe this one here. And if you're pretty good with your ears, you can do it as the chords change. Okay? So, lightning rounds, very powerful. If you have any questions, you're going to leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Mateo Miller from the San Diego Guitar Gym, and if you'd like to schedule a free introductory guitar lesson in San Diego, you can go to my website at www.guitar-lessons-sandiego.com, and we can start working to reach your guitar playing goals as fast as possible. I'll see you around.